The thing that I really should be doing is getting ready for this side quest going to the Nether. Now I've got everything I need to make a Nether portal, but what I don't have is equipment. Now there are three primary things that I need as far as equipment. The first is going to be I'm going to need armor. My armor that I've got a pair of dark boots, which are they're okay. I got a chest plate with 15 durability, and that's it. I don't have baubles or anything. I don't even have like any designs, nothing. So yeah, I've got nothing for armor. I also need a weapon, which I'm going to make a tinker's weapon for that, which is almost ready to go. I just need to make the plates. And then the last thing I'm going to need is a jetpack. So I think I'm going to do that first, because that's the most interesting. Let's take this down because I emptied it, and then that too. So, okay. So let's just dump these into the guy here. Okay. So now I'm going to actually cut here and move as much of this as possible over into the ME system, and then we're going to get started on the jetpack. So I will see you after I got everything moved over, at least the ingots, but I'm going to see if I can get everything in there. So I'll see you then. Alright, so as you can see, I've got all my chests taken care of. Everything fit in the ad hoc ME system with a whole 43 items to spare. So yeah, I filled up 3 drives completely as far as items, and got one that's got just 43 item types left in it. So good. That's gonna be good enough for now. So now let's start in on jetpacks. Now there are several options. The easiest one to build, the one I'm not going to build, but the easiest one to build is the mechanism jetpack. Mechanism jetpack takes very easy materials, is fillable with that hydrogen that I'm not using, and is a good jetpack. It's a solid jetpack. The problem is that simply jetpacks for me are just better. They fill up on RF, which is something I'm going to have plenty of. They also have more armor in their armored versions. But the most important thing that I really like about simply jetpacks is that they have a life-saving feature. So if you're falling from a big height with one of these jetpacks, it switches on into hover mode right before you hit the ground. Now it'll still let you damage yourself a little bit, but if it's going to be a fatal fall, it stops you. Mechanism jetpack, so far as I know, doesn't do that. In order to live with a mechanism jetpack, you have to also build a set of free runners to go along with it, and that takes up 2 item spots, which even further reduces the utility of the mechanism jetpack over the simply jetpacks, because the simply jetpack can be worn with 3 other pieces of armor. So at the end of the day, simply jetpacks just provide more protection. The kind of caveat there is that simply jetpacks historically have had a really low resistance against explosive damage, so it could be that wearing this armor is going to make me a little bit vulnerable to the ghasts that I'm going to be hunting. But I may enchant it, I may not. I'm kind of on the fence about this. Enchanting is magical, but by the same token, there really is no other way to get the same level of equipment without enchanting. So I may bend the rules there and actually build an enchanting section, maybe build it in my house or out back behind my house or something. So I'm still wrestling with that, whether or not I want to do it. Right now, the utility of having it is winning out over not doing it. There are some more tech ways to do it, but a lot of them are extremely intensive and just not really all that fun to do compared to some of the easier ways to do it. So that may be one of my cop-outs that I allow myself to do, is enchanting, but we'll tackle that when I get there. I think just having the regular unenchanted jetpack is probably going to be okay. I think I'm probably not going to die too much. So anyway, simply jetpacks is a mod that has 5 tiers of jetpack. 6 if you count the tuberous jetpack, but that thing's a death trap, so never use it. Starts with there's the leadstone jetpack. There's also the other version of the lowest one, which is the conductive iron jetpack. Now this is basically you've got your thermal version and you've got your Ender IO version. Since I don't have either thermal or Ender IO going right now, I'm going to go with the easier of the two to make, which is actually the thermal version, because all of their stuff can be made using I should say a large amount of the stuff that I need to at least get up to tier 2, which is a good solid tier to have, is pretty common stuff, and it can be done on the crafting table without building any additional things above what I actually have. So we're going to start with the leadstone jetpack. That starts with the leather strap, which I hope I've still got leather, which I do not. Bugger. Alright, so now I got to go find some cows and kill some cows for that leather. Alright, so I'm back. I've got my leather. Can't believe I forgot that. So that starts with the leather strap. And then you got to make, let's see, I think this is all just lead. Yep, that's all lead. You need to make 2 of these guys. Now let's take pneumatic servos, which are pretty cheap. Just need 2 of those. Come on. Oh, lag. Oh, I made 4 of them. Thank you, lag. And I need 4 reactant dynamos, which require bronze gears. Oh, I don't have any bronze. I'm terrible at this. So let's make these. I need 4 of those. Oh, what am I out of? Redstone? Glass. I need 2 of these. Boom, boom. And then I need copper, copper. Oh, these will work with copper. I must have been clicking on the wrong thing. So I need 2 more copper gears. What am I out of? I'm out of copper? I can't be out of copper. Oh, yeah, once again. Just turn all my blocks back into bars. Cool. Okay, so how many of those I need? Actually 4 more, and I just built 1. So 2, 3, 4. Good. So then I should be able to build those. 1. Oh. Put all this stuff back in there. I forgot to do that. I always pull it out into my inventory and then forgot to put it out there. 2, 3. Oh, I need more copper gears. Copper gear. Boom. 2 more of those. Boom, boom. 1 more. And the last one of those. Good. Alright, so then those can go all up in there. And I think I can make these now. Yes, 1. What goes in the center there? Oh, another copper gear. I always manage to add that stuff wrong. Alright, so now I should be ready to make the entire jetpack. And this is the tier 1. What am I missing? Oh, leadstone flux. Those are easy. Boom. Alright. There we go. And that's the basic redstone jetpack. Leadstone jetpack is pretty terrible, so I need to immediately go up to the next level, which means I'm going to have to make some alloys. I'm going to need a bunch of Invar. Hardened, which needs more Invar. And then I'm going to need Tinker's Alloy, which is the same as bronze. More Invar. Full blocks of redstone. More of those pneumatic servos, which I accidentally made too many, so that's good. And this is where I actually need all that bronze. So, I need a lot of bronze, and I need a lot of Invar. There's a little bit of a thing with ferrous ore that makes it kind of require a specialized chain, and that's there's a small chance of getting shiny ore out of it. And shiny ore is platinum, and it's pretty hard to get otherwise. I think you can get it in the nether, but I'm not entirely sure about that. So, in order to do that, I need to make a thermal expansion pulverizer. It'll be the first thermal expansion machine I make. I'll probably make several of these. There are many of them that do have good utility. But in order to do that, you start with a tin gear, which becomes part of a machine frame. Which is the basic machine frame. Come on, basic machine frame. Ugh. So basic machine frame, which is just iron, glass, and a tin gear. Boom. So that's a machine frame. And otherwise, I think it's just copper gears and one of these redstone coils, but that's otherwise just common stuff. So they're pretty inexpensive. Like, this is actually part 1 of the thermal expansions or doubling chain. Again, I didn't do this because I've always found mechanism to just be more straightforward. Okay, so I need to build a piston. Piston, easy enough to build. Thank you. Alright, so keep collecting the wrong one. So there's my pulverizer. And basically, I'll use that with my ferrous ore. I've got 8 ferrous ore, so I've got a decent chance of getting 1 shiny metal. I'll definitely need more ferrous in the future. So I'll just find a spot for this. I'll just put it next to all these one-offs. Boom. Good. All the way full. Put the ferrous in there and let that process. So, this is not even close to being done. As I predicted earlier, I am hiding in my house from a blood moon. And I'm pretty sure there is either stuff spawning in my attic or on my roof. Which is amazing because my roof is all stairways, so it may actually be in my attic. But yeah, so of course, nope, it's not. Sounds like it must be my roof. But it was all staircases. I didn't think stuff could spawn on staircase. Whatever. So anyway, I'm stuck in here for the time being. I'm gonna wait for morning. But I just want to show you guys me hiding from the blood moon yet again. Alright guys, so we're back. There was actually a bit of a whoops right after that blood moon. I did about 20 minutes of what I thought was recording, but I forgot to hit the play button. So this is actually about a day later. I did some extra stuff, got some other bits that I needed, and gathered a little bit of information. I was actually having trouble when I was building my tier 2 simply jetpacks, getting the jetpack to actually the jetpack armor plates to actually form, and it turns out that was because of a recent change to thermal expansion that put a button right there that I can't see because Sphax hasn't been updated yet. Or rather it has, but I just haven't updated my Sphax pack, so I'll be doing that after I'm done recording here. As you can see in my inventory, there's also some bits and bobs that I've done since the last recording. I made my obsidian armor. That's nothing special, just take those energized obsidian ingots like we used on Robit, and just the normal crafting patterns, you know, boots as 2 lines, pants as a little upside down U, a hat's a smaller upside down U. So nothing really that special there. I also started forming my tinker's tools and didn't get that all the way done because I had to stop and make steel, and that was pretty much where I was going to end that sequence, but since I lost it all, I'm just going to kind of catch up and do a couple of things just to kind of end it showing you something. So anyway, there's the hardened jetpack tier 2. I actually need to take it to tier 3, which is why I made the Invar armor plating. Again, I did that off screen because I thought I was recording. Somebody informed me that one of the features that I most desire from the jetpacks, which is the automatic hover setting that saves your life if you're about to die from falling, is actually only available in the tier 3 and above, so we had to make the tier 3 jetpack. And I've got most everything to do that now except for one thing, and that's the signalum ingots. And in order to make those, we've got to delve a little deeper into Ender IO, because Ender IO gives us the easiest way to make signalum ingots, and specifically we need the alloy smelter. Alloy smelter, which is one of these machine frames. I can just use a basic capacitor. I don't know if I've got enough fence to do this. Oh, I do. Good. Okay, so that goes in there, and I probably don't have all this. Yeah, I'm missing 2 energy furnaces. So 2 of those, and then alloy smelter. There we go. Okay, so then we get this guy. Good, so that's pretty pain-free. And then to make signalum, it is redstone, silver, and something else, and copper. So it's 3 copper, 1 silver, and it's actually 10 redstone. So we need silver. We don't need too much of this stuff. good, because I don't have a lot. We'll do a quarter stack of silver, so do that, and then I need 3 times the amount of copper. I don't have a whole lot of copper either. So I need a third stack. We'll just do that. And then redstone. Luckily, I accidentally left my digital miner running all night on redstone. I'd actually only wanted to run it for 10 minutes, but then I forgot it was on, so it mined up all the redstone in the surrounding area. So I've got tons of redstone now. So I got to put down this alloy smelter into my increasingly bloated area. Let's put her over here. As I said, after I'm done with the stuff today, I'm going to work a little bit on making my factory building. Oh, no, actually I'm not, because there's something I want to do before then. So eventually this will all get cleaned up, but not soon, not in the next couple episodes. Oh, I'm starting to get stuff spawning over on that little area over there. That's going to eventually become my factory. Ah, leave me alone. Okay, so while that signalum is cooking up, it was cooking, right? Yeah, it's going. We're going to finish my tinker's tools. Now, what I did is I made a bunch of steel and I tossed it in here. See, there's 10 ingots of steel. I also made an ingot of pig iron. Now, the pig iron recipe is actually broken in Tinkers and has been for a while, but Toasty, who you may have seen his videos, is one of the ops of the server. He actually coded in a new recipe it's kind of a fixed version. It's enough that I can actually now make stuff out of pig iron when I want to. And I really like pig iron, and I have no idea why. Probably because it's pink. So I'm going to make 2 swords, a pig iron sword and a steel sword. I'm just going to make a backup because with Iguana Tweak, sometimes you get a really bad proc on a... so we're going to make that pig iron sword. Sometimes you get a really bad proc on an ability, so it's good to have a backup. So I'm going to make 1 of these. And 1 out of steel, which I think should be at the bottom. Yep. 1 out of steel. That'll make me 2 swords. Just snag that out of there. Then we head over here. Put that back in there. And I also want to make a pickaxe and a shovel. The shovel I don't need right away, but the pickaxe I am going to need. And the pickaxe... Basically, I want something that's a little better than the terrain eater, and I might as well start leveling that up. Mostly because I need something with silk touch on it, and you can't put silk touch on a terrain eater. At least, I don't think you can. Maybe you can, but I will eventually do enchanting. I finally decided that, but oh, I need some cobblestone. We'll eventually do some enchanting, but I'm gonna wait until after I start base building a little more before I get into that. There's just too many things that I'm actually going to either need enchanting for, or that just enchanting works so much better than technology for that it's kind of inevitable. So I'm going to kind of bend my magic rules and say that enchanting is allowed. Since it is vanilla Minecraft to a certain extent, I'm going to allow it. Hopefully my sponsors feel the same way. Let's see. So those 2. So now I need to make casts of these. Boop. And I need to make sure I put the right stuff at the bottom. That's my aluminum brass. So shovel head cast. Boop. And let's move these out of my inventory so I don't accidentally put them in there. And pickaxe head cast. Boop. So then I can just trade that right over to steel. Make myself a pickaxe head. Boop. And make myself a nice shovel head. Good. So now those should be... Now let's go check on our signalum. I'll put these back in here. Go check on our signalum here real quick. Oh, looks like it's still... Is it really going to take that long processing? Oh my goodness, this is going to take a long time, isn't it? Good thing I don't need a lot of it. I just got to let that cook. We'll finish up making these tools real quick. Okay, so the other thing that I'm going to need... Let's see, I've got some handles, but I need some more. So we're going to put that in there, and I need tool rod pattern. We'll just make 2 more of these nice slimy tool rods. And then I need 1 regular binding, which I amazingly don't seem to have. Okay, well, that's easy enough to fix. 1 regular binding. There we go. That was silly. I didn't need to do that. Okay. And we'll just make that out of this stick. And that should be good. I think I've got everything I need to assemble now. So first, let's do the 2 swords. So that's a sword blade, pig iron, tasty reinforced one sword blade, and that guy. There we are. Boom. 1 sword. And then the other one, probably a lot more damage. Let's see, that's 4 hearts versus 3 hearts, so it's not that different. And depending on how they level up, this tasty sword could actually end up better than this sword. So what else do I need to make? I need to make the shovel. Shovel's pretty simple. It's just a head and a stick. Boom, shovel. And then the pickaxe, it's a stick, this nice dark wood binding, and a head. Good. So that's that. Those are going to be my tools. And it starts with mining level obsidian, and it will level up to be, I think, cobalt is the highest level now. I'm not entirely sure. Alright, so let's go back over here.